Hi, welcome to DN 151, Nutrition Through the Life Cycle. My name is Kendra Sticka, and I am the instructor for the course this semester. And I wanted to take a few minutes to first welcome you to the class, and second, to just walk through a little bit of the course requirements and the layout of the course so you know where to find what you need and how to progress through the course throughout the week. So let me just give you a little overview. What you are seeing now is the sort of entry point in Blackboard to the course, which is where announcements will be posted. I will post announcements each week, at least once a week. I'll post an announcement early in the week, typically Monday, sort of setting the stage for that week and what we're doing. And then if there's something that comes up through the week, I may post an additional announcement. So please make sure to post or read the announcements section frequently. These should also come to your email, but I encourage you to look in on the class at least on Mondays and then at least one other time during the week just to double check. On the left here, if you haven't done courses in Blackboard before, I'll give you a little bit of an orientation. If you have, some of it may be repeat, but I'd like to sort of show you where I have different things set up in the course. The first link here under announcements is contact instructor. This obviously is my contact information, so please don't hesitate to get in touch with me at any point. My phone number and office location is there. I generally do office hours by appointment just to make sure that we can accommodate your schedule. I'm happy to do that in person or via Skype or FaceTime or a phone call or whatever's easy for you. So just let me know, if you want to touch base, connect, talk, or just stop by and say hello and put a face with a name. I'm always happy to have that as well. The next link is the syllabus. Of course, this contains lots of detailed information about the class. I would encourage you to spend some time reading through it. I'm just opening it briefly to show you a few highlights. Of course, the course description and the delivery method, you can read through all of those details. You will find on the last pages of, well, here's another section that's always important, grading policies, some of the major assignments and point values associated with that. So please read through that carefully. And then the very last page of the syllabus is also a really important piece. This really outlines our semester and shows you the key assignments and topic areas that we'll be covering. So you'll see each week numbered, the dates for those weeks. I have the course structured so I think of the week starting on a Monday and then ending the following Sunday night, just to kind of keep things consistent. On the far right column are your items due. So I have what will be due every week of the class for quizzes, discussion boards, major assignments, those types of things. Unless I note otherwise, your due date will be the Sunday at the end of the week. So for example, week 1 spans from the 16th, which is actually a Tuesday since Monday's a holiday, but typically that will be a Monday, through Sunday the 21st. So anything due would be Sunday the 21st. The exception to that is some of the discussion boards may have more than one required post. In that case, I will tell you in the discussion board requirements exactly when that will be due. So that's just kind of one key piece on the syllabus I wanted to highlight. So that you can use this really as your guide. I would recommend plugging these dates into your calendar or whatever you use to keep yourself organized. I do have a note that things could change, but I try and keep it very close to this to help you be able to structure your time. So that's the syllabus. The next link in Blackboard is the assignments button. In this button, you will find the description for all of the more major assignments in the class. This first one that's spooling up is the academic integrity tutorial that you will do. There is a quiz associated with that you actually will go to the quizzes button that we'll look at in a minute. But if we scroll down, you will see there are 3 other sort of more major assignments, and that's also outlined in the grading section of the syllabus. The first one being an assignment on locating and evaluating nutrition resources. So in these assignments, the PDF link here is a description of the assignments and all of the requirements. And then the link here, the black link, is where you will actually submit the assignment for grading. So as you read through the assignment description, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask and let me know. This bit right here, the library information for locating and evaluating nutrition resources assignment, basically is a piece from the library, a library guide to go through. This link is a fairly detailed guide with quite a few sections. It'll take you a little bit of time to go through, but will support you in doing this first assignment. So please make sure you plan enough time to go through that, and it should also really build for other assignments in this class and other classes. The nutrition programs assignment and the nutrient intake assignment are the other two major assignments for the class. So again, the PDF provides the description, and the black link is where you will actually submit the assignment when you are ready to submit. So if we scroll up a bit, that was the assignments. Then in this next little section of Blackboard on the left, the learning units, discussion boards, quizzes, and exams, this is really where kind of the meat of the class is. These learning units are what I think of as sort of the classroom. This is where the content really will lie for the course. So in that last page of the syllabus that I showed you that had the topics for each week and the learning unit associated with the topic, this is what it's referring to. You will notice some learning units we will take more than 1 week on. So it just sort of depends how long the unit is. So how I have it structured is that each learning unit will have a little blurb about things to do. So this is sort of, I guess you can think of it as your week at a glance type of thing, sort of key items to remember to do that week. Anything that's due, what readings you need to do from the textbook, etc. And then when you actually click on that unit, you will see material in there. So there might be lecture materials or other websites or those types of things to go through. So that will be the format for each week. I want to note that the lectures primarily in the class have been recorded by Dr. Carrie King, who is another faculty member in our program. And so they come from the textbook. Depending on the edition of the textbook that you have, they may look slightly different, but the content really is the same. So Dr. King has recorded a number of those lectures that I've kept in the class. So you'll hear her voice throughout the course as well. But this learning unit area is really where you find those materials. Most weeks, as you will see on that last page in the syllabus, you will either have a discussion board requirement, a quiz, or one of your major assignments due. So most weeks there's something due, so make sure you look for that. If it is a discussion board, this link right here is where you will go to access the discussion board. For those discussions, and so it's kind of popping up different. For those discussions, you will sometimes create a new thread to answer a question or respond to something I have posted. So the directions for each discussion board will be listed there when they're assigned. The quizzes link is where you will complete any quizzes that are required. So you'll see here the academic integrity quiz is already listed there. And then as the future quizzes are required, they will be listed here as well. The academic integrity quiz, you may take as many attempts as you would like. However, all other quizzes in the class will have 1 attempt only. So just to make sure that you know that. Quizzes will be timed. They do not have to be proctored, but they will be timed. You may use your books and your notes, but you are expected to work individually. So they are a quiz, so you're expected not to share questions or answers and do them individually, but you may use your notes and book. But you'll want to organize your information since they're timed, so you make sure you're organized and can access your resources quickly. The exams, on the other hand, are proctored. So those will have to be taken with a proctor. The information is here. You will also get information emailed to you from the e-learning department, and they facilitate all the proctored exams. There is a relatively new option at UAA for a remote proctoring service, which is called RP Now. It's an option, it's not required. So you may either set up in-person proctoring with e-learning, or you may set up to do the remote proctoring. You can look online for the details of that to see if that's something you're interested in. But either way, you need to make sure to respond to the information that comes to you from e-learning, the e-learning program, and set up times for proctoring if you're going to proctor in person, because their appointment slots do fill up. And so we want to make sure that you don't run out of options for when to take your exams. So again, quizzes are not proctored, but exams are proctored. So just make sure that you're prepared for that. And then this bottom little section, my grades, of course, that's where the grades are entered. I try to have assignments graded within a week of when they were due. That's my goal. Usually I hit it. If you don't see a grade by about a week after, or slightly more than a week, please don't hesitate to ask me to make sure that I did indeed receive your assignment or there wasn't some sort of an issue. So keep an eye on your grades. The syllabus is really the bottom line with grades. Usually Blackboard is pretty good. Occasionally there's something funky. So if you're ever not sure, go back to the syllabus, or again, always feel free to ask me. I'm happy to look at that if you think something doesn't look right. Email is, you can email anyone in the class, the whole class, or individually here. Other tools and student help that might be useful for you for completing an online course. So that's just really a very brief overview of the course, just to sort of orient you and hopefully help you as you get started. One thing with online learning is some of you may be very experienced with it, some of you may not. Sometimes you can feel a little bit alone out there, so please don't hesitate to reach out to me or to classmates. I'm happy to help in any way. Again, happy to meet with you or talk with you over the phone for anything that I can be helpful with. But really, as you get started, I would say the first thing you want to do is read through the details in the syllabus. Make sure to look through those major assignments so you have an idea what's going to be required, and then jump into that first learning unit so you can get started with week number 1. So welcome to class. I look forward to working with you through the semester, and just let me know how I can help you along the way.